Welcome, little adventurers, to Sunny Meadow Farm, where the sun shines a little brighter and the grass is always a little greener. Down a winding country lane, nestled among rolling hills, you'll find a big red barn that's home to the friendliest bunch of animals you could ever meet. There's Barnaby the bear, with a heart as big as his belly. Penny the pig, who loves to laugh and bake. Ricky the rabbit, quick as a flash and always ready for fun. And a whole crew of cheerful chickens who cluck along to every happy tune. One bright morning, as the rooster crowed to greet the day, Barnaby had a wonderful idea. "Friends," he announced, his voice booming with excitement. "Our barn is lovely, but what if we made it even more special? What if we decorated it for a big farm festival?" Everyone cheered. Penny imagined colorful streamers. Ricky pictured sparkling lights, and the chickens clucked in agreement, already thinking about where to hang flower garlands. Their first big project was about to begin, and the air was buzzing with anticipation. The friends gathered everything they could find. Barnaby, with his strong paws, carefully carried long ribbons of every color in the rainbow. Ricky zipped through the fields, collecting wildflowers, daisies, buttercups, and bluebells to weave into beautiful chains. Penny found a box of old jam jars and had a brilliant idea to turn them into lanterns. The chickens helped by gathering shiny pebbles and fallen leaves to add a touch of nature's sparkle. Together, they started to transform their cozy barn into a magical wonderland. They draped the colorful ribbons from the high rafters, creating a canopy of red, yellow, and blue. Ricky, with his nimble paws, hopped up ladders to hang the flower garlands around the wooden beams. Penny carefully placed a little candle in each jam jar, and soon the whole barn was filled with a soft, warm glow. The chickens arranged the shiny pebbles in beautiful patterns on the floor. It was looking amazing, but they all agreed it needed something more, a centerpiece, something truly special for their festival. "I know," chirped Penny. "Let's bake the biggest, most delicious friendship cake the farm has ever seen." Everyone loved the idea, but to bake a cake, they needed ingredients. They needed golden wheat from the fields, sweet strawberries from the patch, and fresh eggs from the coop. This wasn't just about decorating anymore. It was about a harvest adventure. So, with their new mission clear, they set off to gather the best ingredients Sunny Meadow Farm had to offer. Their first stop was the golden wheat field. The sun warmed their backs as they looked out over the sea of waving stalks. Barnaby knew just what to do. He climbed aboard the old rusty tractor, ready to start the harvest. He turned the key, but instead of a cheerful chug, the tractor just sputtered and coughed. "Oh dear," Barnaby sighed, scratching his head. "It seems we're stuck." The tractor wouldn't move an inch. Its big wheels sunk deep into the soft earth. How would they ever get the wheat now? Ricky, always the quick thinker, had an idea. "Teamwork," he shouted. "We just need a big push." So they all lined up behind the tractor. Barnaby used his mighty strength, Penny pushed with all her might, and Ricky and the chickens shoved as hard as they could. 1, 2, 3, push. They all yelled together. Slowly, creaking and groaning, the tractor's wheels began to turn. With one final mighty heave, the tractor lurched forward and was free. They had done it. Working together, they were unstoppable. With the tractor running smoothly, harvesting the wheat was a breeze. Barnaby drove carefully up and down the rows, while Penny and Ricky gathered the golden stalks. The chickens pecked away any stray weeds, making sure only the best wheat went into their baskets. Soon they had a heaping pile of golden grain, ready to be milled into flour for their friendship cake. They felt so proud of their hard work. Next stop, the strawberry patch. But as they looked toward the sky, they saw dark grey clouds gathering on the horizon. Just as they reached the strawberry patch, a gentle pitter-patter began. Soon, the gentle drops turned into a full-blown rainstorm. "Oh no!" cried Penny, holding a big leaf over her head like an umbrella. "Our strawberry harvest will be ruined." The ripe red berries were getting soaked, and the ground was turning to mud. It seemed like their cake-baking adventure was about to be washed away. Everyone huddled under a large oak tree, feeling a little discouraged. The beautiful day had suddenly turned grey and gloomy. But Barnaby, ever the optimist, just smiled. "A little rain can't stop us," he said warmly. "It just means we have to be a little more clever." He spotted some large, sturdy leaves from a nearby rhubarb plant. "Let's make little boats," he suggested. So they picked the big leaves and folded them into tiny boats. They floated the ripe strawberries across the puddles to their collection baskets, turning the rainy day problem into a fun game. They laughed as their little berry boats sailed across the miniature lakes, their spirits lifted, with their baskets full of sweet strawberries and their hearts full of joy. The rain began to soften. A beautiful rainbow stretched across the sky, painting the farm in brilliant colors. The friends stood in awe, their wet fur and feathers sparkling in the sunlight. The storm had passed, and it had only made their adventure more memorable. They had faced a challenge and found a fun, creative way to overcome it. Now, with wheat and strawberries in hand, it was finally time to bake their incredible friendship cake. Back in the beautifully decorated barn, the delicious smell of baking soon filled the air. Penny, the expert baker, mixed the flour, eggs, and sugar. Ricky mashed the strawberries into a sweet, gooey filling, and Barnaby churned fresh cream for the topping. The chickens helped by cracking the eggs perfectly, not a single shell in the bowl. They worked together like a well-oiled machine, each friend adding their own special touch to the cake. The barn was filled with laughter and the happy sounds of friendship. Finally, the cake was ready. It was a masterpiece. A tall, fluffy sponge cake, layered with sweet strawberry filling and topped with swirls of fresh cream. They decorated it with the prettiest wildflowers and a few of the juiciest strawberries they had saved. It wasn't just a cake. It was a symbol of their teamwork, their creativity, and their unbreakable bond. They all stood back to admire their creation, their tummies rumbling in anticipation. The farm festival was going to be the best one ever. As evening approached, the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over Sunny Meadow Farm. The sky was a breathtaking canvas of orange, pink, and purple. The friends gathered outside the barn, sitting together on a soft blanket of grass. They watched in comfortable silence as the day came to a peaceful end. The beautiful sunset felt like a reward for all their hard work and a perfect ending to their series of adventures. They had decorated, harvested, and baked, facing every challenge with a smile. With the stars beginning to twinkle in the night sky, they moved back inside the cozy barn. Barnaby lit a crackling fire in the old stone fireplace, and its warm light danced on their happy faces. They sliced into their magnificent friendship cake, and every bite was as delicious as they had imagined. They shared stories and laughed about their day-thirst-up tractor, the rainy day boats, and the fun of decorating. In that moment, surrounded by friends and the warmth of the fire, they knew this was what true happiness felt like. Their little farm wasn't just a place to live. It was a home built on love and friendship. Thank you for joining our adventure at Sunny Meadow Farm. We hope you had as much fun as we did. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more heartwarming stories from all our animal friends. See you next time.